Well, hello, my friends. We're on quite a roller coaster ride in the world these days, and here on the Neal's Homestead, we've been very busy trying to get ready to ride that roller coaster. We've known like a few weeks that this was happening. We actually knew it was happening before most of the United States was even willing to accept that it was going to happen. And so we did have some extra time to prepare that before things went crazy and before there were big runs on the store and everything like that. We expect this thing to go on and last for a long time, and so we are trying to be ready, trying to get our life in order, and trying to do the best we can. And what I'm going to do today in this video is just kind of catch you up on what we've been doing. So I'm going to take you around the place and show you what we've been up to. Thanks for joining me. We bought a couple of bags of flour, one All Trumps for bread making, the other Pollyanna for making pastries and cookies, things like that, pancakes, and then there's a bag of sugar back there that old guy thinks he's got to have his sugar. I also bought a 20 or 25 pound bag of rice. Then we stocked up on laundry detergent, bleach, and dish detergent. I do a lot of canning and preserving food, dehydrating, and so we have things stocked up pretty well in regards to that. But as far as doing much else to prepare inside the house, we haven't really done that much except buy a little bit of extra food, toilet paper, well, maybe a little bit extra toilet paper, but not a lot. So let's go on outside and see what we can figure out.
Well, we're planting our onions now and trying to get everything to going, and it's kind of a tiring process because I try to plant them 6 inches apart and a row on either side of my water line, so you get a lot of plants to handle. But anyway, it's good to have them in a controlled environment instead of out in the rain. We were planning on selling them, anything we didn't need to keep for ourselves and our families. But due to the virus situation, we might have a lot of onions to eat. But whatever, they'll keep quite a while. So.
We bought 10 extra chickens to add to our 10 hen ducks and 3 chickens that we already had. And this is the biggest, most exciting thing we've done. We bought a milk cow. She is not a full-blooded, any certain breed. We believe that she's part Jersey, part Ayrshire, and part Holstein. She's not real big. She's kind of small like a Jersey, but has a little better body structure than a Jersey. She's a heifer that has had 1 calf, and so this is her first time being a milk cow, but she's doing great for us. And we built a stanchion for her so that we can keep her in it, and we're having to keep her in a barn right now because she ran away once already and we had to go find her. And so since she was just weaned from a calf about 2 weeks ago from today, and we brought her home 1 week ago, she still has the desire to go back to her home, so we're having to keep her confined. And it's really muddy around here because we've had a lot of rain. We topped up the tanks on all of the vehicles that we have on the property. I know prices of gasoline are low, but we're intending to stay home, and we don't want to be at the gas station any more than we absolutely have to. Here's something else that we kind of did in preparation for the confinement time, but we were toying with the idea anyway. We built a worm bed, and we ordered between 7,000 and 8,000 red wiggler worms to keep in our barn in this. It's actually a half of a doghouse, a big doghouse, the bottom half, and we closed it up and put this wooden lid over the top. We've got holes drilled in here with some fiberglass screen wire covering the holes so the worms can't escape. And we're going to be making our own fishing worms. It sure seems like we have spent a fortune on fishing worms over the last few years, and so we decided to grow our own. As I've shown you before, we have all these plants growing in here in what used to be our certified kitchen, so we're just waiting for them to get big enough, and then we'll plant them in wherever they're going to grow. We're going to do some inside high tunnels and some outside in the open. Inside this little cave, I'm trying to sprout some moringa seeds, and I checked on them and I am seeing some little sprouts, so that's something I probably need to take care of later today. School is closed and everybody's at home, but the work goes on for people like Galilee who are teaching online from home with her regular students every day.
We've also picked up some extra feed for the animals, just to make sure we don't have to go out very much, and we need it anyway, so it'll get used. We're going to store it in this truck back here. Still got to clean it out a little bit, but it's a good tight truck. This is an aluminum bed, should keep rodents and stuff out, moisture, make a good feed storage place for a while.
Now we're going to come into greenhouse number 4. This is where we grew our winter stuff right there. We've been doing a lot of work in here. I say we, but mostly old guys been doing a lot of work in here with, we had this cattle panels run down through here that have been moved over to the side right now because we were having a lot of water problem over on this side. It was kind of low there, and on the outside of this high tunnel is a ditch, and when water would run off the edge, it would just kind of come in here instead of staying outside. So he took a bunch of this dirt right here with a skid steer and pushed it over to the side so that it would stay drier, and I can see a big difference already. We got a little bit of a wet spot right there, but for the rest of it, it's pretty dry, a little bit wet there, a lot drier than it was. Now we'll be putting those cattle panels back up somewhere for our tomatoes. Looks like some little kid's been out here playing in the dirt and left their shoes behind. We still have these things growing here with the spinach, the beets, the kale, the radishes, and the lettuce, and we've been picking on them a lot, but we're about to have to tear all this up so we can move on to bigger and better things for the summer. I have been getting some pretty good beets out of here though, so that's been a really nice treat. Now down here on the north end of the high tunnel and on the west side, we've built a box that's 42 inches by I think probably about 16 feet. We brought in about 500 pounds of sand, mixed it with our soil, and we have made a carrot bed there. Carrots and parsnips is the plan. We watered it a few times. It needs watering again, and then I'm going to plant some carrots in there probably, I'm hoping today. For now, we're going to plant spring carrots on this side here, and then later on, and probably in May, on that part we're going to plant parsnips. We like parsnips a lot. Parsnips are a long-term crop, and so they're going to stay in here for 100 days anyway, and we really would like to make it our timing so that we can leave them in there over the winter and maybe cover them up with some kind of bedding or protect them somehow and have parsnips left in the ground over the winter. And then we want to, after this spring section of carrots is over, after a little bit we're going to replant carrots and have the same as the parsnips, have a fall into winter crop of carrots that we hope we can, for the most part, leave in the ground and protect by some mulch and have those things available to us all winter long, and do it just like we've done with this stuff all winter long. It really helps the food bill and helps us have good food during the winter time. Here's something that still needs to be done. This is our little garden patch outside that we're going to grow in, and we still need to kind of clean some of this up. Some weeds are growing. That stuff always grows every year. I don't know if it's henbit or dead thistle, but get this stuff cleaned up because it won't be long till we'll be putting some broccoli and cauliflower and cabbage plants out here. Okay, that's it on the catch-up tour. On all this stuff, we're going to try to go into better detail over the next coming days and weeks as we progress on into this period of confinement. Of course, none of us knows for sure what's going to happen. We all hope and pray that somebody comes up with a solution to stop the spread of the virus. But for now, we're trying to do our part by staying home and not be any kind of mechanism to spread the virus around. So I hope all of you are doing well, and we'll see you real soon. Bye now.